Hello, everyone. I am Emily Gibbons, and I'm here with the lovely Jill Kohlenberg, my co-author, and we are
Hi.
Tutor Success Academy. Hi, Jill.
Yes. Oh, yes. We are the creators of Tutor Success Academy, and we are a community of about 275 tutors right
That's
now.
huge. Can you imagine? I know, and
Yes.
from when we first started. So
hmm
we are here to present little bite-sized nuggets to you to give you a little bit of a hint of what Success Academy is all about. And we've broken down our modules into these little topics we're going to be calling pillars. So this little snippet of our course is pillar number 1, and it's all about intention. Knowing what
Yes.
the ultimate goal is for starting or growing your tutoring business.
Yes. So this first pillar of your business, so these 7 pillars are what holds a strong tutoring business up. It's what keeps you going, and you want to build your tutoring business from the beginning with intention. And so we like to look at that in 3 different areas. And so we want to encourage you to look at your business now, or look at what you think you want from your business with these 3 areas. So the first one is the impact that you want to make. So all of us have tutoring businesses, and we know that it hits 2 areas. We need to earn an income, right? But
Mhm.
also we could earn that income doing anything, but we've chosen to work with students and make a difference in their lives. So we want to think about what kind of an impact do we want to make through our tutoring businesses. So Emily, when you think about your business, what is some of the impacts that you want to make on, in students' lives and in the world?
Well, when I work with my students, I know that through my own training with Orton Gillingham, I know that my impact is going to be extremely powerful and really going to breathe life into these struggling readers. And that is just so gratifying. So my impact with just one-on-one with my students is knowing that I am going to help them climb an enormous mountain and reach that peak and soar. And that is just huge for me.
Mhm.
So that went with one-on-one tutoring, is knowing that I am making a very big difference over a very long period of time for that child and for any new student that comes my way.
Absolutely. And so that was a big part of you going into your business. You
Hmm.
started it knowing that you had a way to reach these kids
Right.
and you
And
can make a difference.
right. And my impact grew even further knowing that I wanted to reach a wider audience of educators, families, school administration with spreading
Mhm.
dyslexia awareness, but also knowing that there were materials needed out there to make things time saving for
Mhm.
educators. And that's where my own online business grew even more, and knowing that impact of helping
Mhm.
teachers and helping them save a little bit of time and find quality materials that could help their struggling readers was really one of my big goals and my intentions.
Right. And that's what helped shaped the path that you
Hmm.
took. As so every decision you were making from the beginning was helping to support those different parts of your intention. Um,
Absolutely.
and we can see it now. Like we can see the fruits of all that labor and all
Yeah.
that intention is we can kind of see it come to life now. So I know
Yep.
that when I started my business, what I love about tutoring businesses is from the surface, it seems like they're all the same, but they're not. So for
No.
me, one of my big intentions, besides helping children learn to read and helping them to get confidence, was actually helping homeschooling families. My nieces and nephews homeschool, and I know a lot of homeschooling families. And so from the beginning, I had this intention that yes, I wanted to help students, but also I wanted to help parents have a bridge because they didn't have the support of a school system. They couldn't just go and ask the teacher for help. And so as I was building my business, I thought, what are some ways that I can be supporting homeschooling families as well? And
Mm.
so when anybody who's watching this. So when you're building your tutoring business, I want you to think about what kind of impact you want to make, and like really be specific. We all want to help kids. We all want to help adults, whoever it is that we're seeing, right? But how do you want your impact to come through? Because
Right.
that's going to guide the choices that you make in building your business, because we have finite resources, we have finite
Mm-hmm.
hours, we can't
Right.
help every child that needs us. So by knowing that you have a certain impact that you want to make on the world through your services and through your business, that's going to help you to make decisions and build a business that helps you to make that impact.
Absolutely.
um,
And I love how you've tapped into that homeschooling market so beautifully. And who knows, someone's intention out there to their impact might be with online tutoring. And we've spoken to a
mhm.
lot of members that are getting into that. So that might be something that you're interested in.
Absolutely. I know a tutor who she does engineering. She helps kids online, and we're talking kids of all ages, start
Hmm.
to embrace the concepts of engineering from like a very young age. And I would
Mm,
never think to do that online. Like that's something I would never even consider, but that's
right.
a part of the impact she wants to make, is helping kids to see how to solve the problems in the world around them and create better
Yeah.
solutions. And so the world is totally wide open to
I love
whatever
that
your
you
passion is.
And I love that you brought up the example of someone who wants to work with children, help them with engineering, because at Tutor Success Academy, we're not just Orton Gillingham tutors,
Mhm.
where there's a wide range of options for all kinds of different tutoring out there.
Yep, absolutely. So we start our businesses from this place of wanting to make an impact,
Hmm.
but we're building a business. And
Yes.
a business, the whole purpose of a business is to generate income. Like that is
Mm,
the business part of having a tutoring business, right? And
right.
so the second part of your intentions, we look at it with three parts. We look at impact, income, and lifestyle. So
Hmm.
we talked about being intentional with your impact. The next part you want to look at in your intentions of your building is of your building of the pillars of your building of your tutoring building,
Yeah.
right, is income. What type of an income do you want to make? And income, the reason why money even matters is because we use it to exchange for resources we need in our life. We
Right.
are building this business to reach goals that we need to reach.
Hmm.
And those goals look so different for so many different people and
Yes.
different tutors that we know. For
Right.
some, it's simply supplemental income. It doesn't have to do anything, but it's nice to have. For some
Hmm.
families and for some tutors, that tutoring income will help. They're saving it to send their kids to college, or they're
Hmm.
saving it to have a better retirement, or
Yeah.
they're saving, or if you're like me, it is my entire income. It is everything. So
Hmm.
it has to do
Right.
everything for me. And so the second part of setting up your intentions of your business are monetarily, what kind of an income do you want it to help generate in your life?
Right. And when we discuss income as part of Tutor Success Academy, I know we as educators might not in the past get into that whole mindset of being that business owner and thinking about income
Mhm.
goals, but it's just so important as you're setting up right from the get-go to
Yeah.
have those goals. And what are the potential what are the possibilities by making that additional income? Is it going
Mhm.
to help you after you've retired? Is it going to help you support college tuition or to save for a special vacation that you wanted? Things like that.
Mhm.
So important to reflect on those things from the
Right.
get go.
Right, because then as you're making your business decisions, you can look at it
Hmm.
and say, is this going to help me reach my goals? Or am I just giving myself extra work, but I'm really barely making ends meet with it,
Right.
right? Because
Hmm.
none of us want to do a lot of extra work for no reason at all, right?
Right. Right.
We want to help children. Don't get me
Hmm.
wrong. But
Right.
especially if you're already working a full-time job or if you're considering leaving, any of those
Yeah.
things, none of us are just like, ah, whatever money comes my way is fine. If
Right.
it's $2, hey, that's good. Just give me what you want to give
Yeah.
me. No, we have goals. We have things that we want to achieve in our
Yeah.
life. And so having those ideas means that from the beginning, you'll be making
Mhm.
wise, smart decisions
Right.
about just about things like what you charge, the expenses you take on, how you structure things.
Hmm.
And so knowing from the beginning and really putting on that hat of, I'm a business owner, it's okay to earn money for my gifts and talents and my time.
Right.
And
And I think that we've really nurtured that open and honest communication
Mhm.
right from the very beginning with our members about really getting down to it when it comes to your income goals. And
Right.
that's just it's important, I think, to be honest with yourself.
Mhm. Yeah, if you're not honest with yourself, if you're
Yeah.
saying, it's okay, I mean, if they pay me, fine, or whenever
Yeah.
they pay me is good, right? And then
Right.
suddenly 3, 4 months, a year down the road, you're struggling and you're thinking, oh, I can't keep tutoring anymore because it's not consistent income. I can't count on it. Well, you
Right.
kind of set yourself up for that sometimes if you're not intentional
Hmm.
from the beginning. So that's why we
Right.
have this conversation. The very first week we're getting together, we are already talking about
Right.
these things
Right.
because we don't want to like push them under the rug. And then the third part,
Exactly.
yeah, like to
Ooh,
say,
the
oh, money, I don't know. I don't want to talk about money. Nope, we
no.
talk about it right from the beginning so that we start getting comfortable with wearing the hat of a business owner
Yes.
while we are being an educator.
Hmm.
So we like to set our intentions for our businesses with the impact we want to make, the income we want to earn. And the third part of this first pillar is the lifestyle you want to live. Now, when I think of that word lifestyle, I immediately think of people with their laptops on the beach and sipping martinis and
Right.
like and but that's not the kind of lifestyle we're talking about, right?
Mhm.
So,
Right.
Emily, what do we mean by the lifestyle you want to live? If it's not
Okay.
just, hanging out on our own private island.
Right. No, no, not at all. You know what? Sometimes, for me personally, the lifestyle of having my own tutoring business meant offering a little more flexibility
Mhm.
because I wanted to be there for my family. I wanted to be there for my 4 children. And I wanted flexibility in my schedule to be there for them when they needed me to be, not just to cart them to and from their activities, because I
Right.
do that quite a bit, but to just be present in their growth and their development. And so being able to have my own tutoring business where I'm working one-on-one with children has been really wonderful because I have the ability to focus on one thing and do that one thing very, very well for my students and not feel like I'm torn in a million different directions when I'm teaching a lot of different subjects. I've done that in the past. I like
Mhm.
being able to just do that one thing. So that is certainly part of my lifestyle, but I'm also thinking about having that time being there for my children. Like, for instance,
Mhm.
having those Fridays off um, is just
Yes.
been wonderful, and being there for my family. So that's very important for my lifestyle. But for other
Mhm.
people, it's going to mean something very different to you. Jill and I have two different backgrounds here, so her lifestyle goals are a bit different than mine.
Mhm.
But it's all about, I think, both of us really love the fact that there is that layer of flexibility.
And it's that freedom of choice,
Yeah.
saying I get to set
Definitely
it up.
having that choice for
Yes.
sure.
And
Yeah.
that's, I mean, I think that's the most beautiful thing. And it's one of the biggest things
Mhm.
I wanted. So when I thought about lifestyle for me, I was so tired of driving to work in the morning when it was still dark out. And then oftentimes, especially in the
Mhm.
winter, coming home when it was dark out and
Right.
just, not being home at all. And I don't have kids. So my life is very different from yours, Emily. But for
Mhm.
me, that lifestyle that I wanted, and I remember on my vision board that I had made at the end of my teaching career when I was really starting to think, hey, am I really going to build this business? One of the things I
Yeah.
had on there had to do with slow, relaxed mornings. Like I was
Mm.
craving some time where I wasn't rushing and scrambling to get places all the time. And that's really kind of how I felt my entire 13 years of teaching was, get up really early, get myself going. I taught like
Mhm.
30, 40 minutes away. And so I was out the door by
Same
like
here.
6:30. And yeah, and
Mhm.
just saying, I would love to have slower mornings. I don't need to not work, right? I don't need to win the lottery. I just would
Yeah.
love the freedom to decide when I start my day and when I end my work day. Like
Yeah.
I just wanted that freedom to decide. And that's even changed a little bit over the years. And that's what I like too, is that when you build a business for yourself, that
Mhm.
lifestyle idea can change over time. And so for me, it has changed over time as far as how much time I want to be tutoring and in the office, because it also affects how much I enjoy it. So
Right.
I find that I enjoy tutoring. So like when you talked about how you enjoy being able to focus on one thing, and that like pleasure and joy that we get from the work that we do,
Absolutely.
I feel the same way. And for me, I enjoy tutoring and teaching and educating more when I'm not doing it like for 9 hours straight.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
enjoy it more when it's like 4
Yeah.
sessions in a row and that's it.
Right.
Like that balance that I always
Yeah.
had wanted, and that
Hmm.
time built into the day to do lesson planning, and then
Yeah.
not all have to be done at night. And so
Oh
for
yeah.
me, that's what my lifestyle, the thing I was craving was having freedom of choice to just decide what my week looks like. And
Hmm.
it very quickly deciding that Fridays were a day that I was not tutoring, because
Right.
that felt like the biggest gift in the world.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so that's the third pillar that, or not the third pillar, but the third part of that intention pillar is the life that you want to live and what is important for you, and how are you able to make time for those things that are important to you, and
Hmm.
then building your business around it.
Right. I love that as part of this whole pillar of intention, we just have so much possibility.
Mm.
And in that first part of Tutor Success Academy, we really get those wheels turning to think about all the possibilities
Mhm.
of what could be for you um,
Oh,
in the long
absolutely.
run. And it's just so exciting. So Jill, I think we're going to wrap up our discussion.
Yeah.
But was there any final points that you wanted to make
No, I
before
just,
we?
since
Yeah.
in this series, so what
Yes.
we're doing, you guys, we're doing a series of 7 little mini videos on the 7 pillars of a strong tutoring business, right? A
Hmm.
successful tutoring business. And what we want you to do is to take these little nuggets and go ahead and look at, if you already have a business, go ahead and look at your business now, and kind of reflect on this pillar of intention with your business
Yeah.
now. And if you don't have a business yet, start dreaming, start imagining, well, okay, if I could have this dreamy little tutoring business that
Hmm.
helped me reach the goals that I wanted to reach, what would it look like in these areas? And so I want
Right.
you to start to apply it to you and see how this pillar is looking for your business. So that's the takeaway I want
Okay.
people to have.
So we hope you enjoyed Pillar One, our little bite-sized bit of Tutor Success Academy.
Yep.
And the next time we meet with you, we are going to discuss creating what does it mean to create offers and finding ideal clients. That will be pillar number 2.
Yep. See
And
you
yes,
guys
there
there.
are 7 of them. So I hope you will join us back again. Thank you
7.
so
Yeah.
much.
Okay. Bye, you guys.
Bye.